a really intense series between those two. Obviously, Endpoint had a much easier run, like you were saying, but doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be a one-sided affair, because I think Endpoint, in general, they had a fairly easy run. You know, I think probably Dog and Imi's team, I can't even remember what they're called, the Bald and the Ugly. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I think those were the two that were probably going to be the biggest threats here. So I don't know if we've really seen Endpoint be tested by players that can kind of compete with them individually, and that's what we are about to see here. I think these Dog players have certainly proved themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they've already proven themselves in the past. Obviously, I was talking about how the I-60 way back in summer of last year, how they were able to perform on that particular stage. And although they did lose to the FM Dynasty, right now they're up against Endpoint, and there is no Dynasty to talk about Endpoint. You can't consider them the best team in the UK. Wind and Rain takes that honour, so Endpoint for the second LAN in a row making it to the grand finals. Will they be denied one more opportunity to qualify for Coventry? We're about to find out right now as the pistol round for map number 1, Cash, as picked by the Dog Squad, is going to be underway here. The pistol blast coming in the defuse kit for Mighty Max and the smoke for him. Double flash and smoke for Griffs. Everybody else with default pistols. Everybody else with Kevlar. And we're going straight into the default. Dog going to see the aggression coming in from Pulse and Mighty Max. 3 players up for kills here. But what's going to happen? It looks like they're just going to hold back for a moment in time until Debaser goes to the peak.
Yeah, Debaser holding, as well as this nice little double angle. Mers is going to take the opening fight, and he does find the double dink. That's the first frag of the round, and in the meantime, smoke's coming in towards A, but the bomb's still back towards B, so this doesn't look likely to be the push from Dog. We have got Mighty Max still pushed in towards Checkers, and Endpoint seem pretty aware of this. They're keeping 2 players at the B side of the map. Blizzard is going to win that duel. There's a second player close by. This is a really awkward round. The bomb is now going back towards A, but they don't have any utility left. Just the one flash for Griff. And Mighty Max is about to realize there's not anyone towards B if he peeks, but he's not peeking yet. A minute left on the clock, and Dog, they are still leaning towards A, but no commitment just yet.
They're going to be hesitant about this because they don't have the smoke for the cross. Yeah. So when they do cross into positions like Squeaky, like Mezzy just did right there, they're going to get picked apart so easily from Shaw and from Truck. Thomas with the follow-up frag. It's a 4 versus 2 to the favor of Endpoint, and even if they do get on towards the bomb site, which I heavily doubt they will do at this point in time, it's going to be a difficult afterplant for the Dog Squad. Now, frag from the baser, trying to take down Thomas, will be able to do so. Now trying to break the line for the CT side. The bomb looks like it's going to commit, and Luz is kind of backed up into a corner. 47 HP on for 4 kills. The baser and Ash will be able to take him down. We're in a 2 versus 2. And the bomb will get planted for default. So, Endpoint, still a defuse kit in play on Mighty Max, rotating in, going for the full-blown backstab, and they can be ready for this. Sheeky tagged up, and now just dead. Mighty Max left alone with 2 headshots to find. Defuse kit, no Kevlar. Serious aim punch to hurt him, 73 HP. He tries to line up both of them, but he can't seem to get it. Debaser now back behind quad. They're waiting for the peaks. Good shot from Mighty Max. Trying to take down Debaser. Does land that headshot. Now going to tap this defuse once. Look for Ash. He doesn't realize the peek around the right-hand side. He spots him. He taps up, looking for a single bullet, and the smoke will go down. Tap it second time. He's got to stick this right here, but he will be able to get the kill. Mighty Max with the clutch is just going to have enough time for the defuse, and Endpoint will score the first.
I'm surprised Mighty Max could get that without the Kevlar. That was very impressive, finding both of those 2 frags. I mean, the first player back at quad nearly got back to safety, but it was actually through the wall. He got taken down straight to the face, and Endpoint come out on top in a very, very closely fought pistol round. Into round number 2. Dog not going to go for too much of an investment, so this should be a fairly easy win for the Endpoint side of things. We are going to see a quick B push. Mighty Max is here with one of those M4s, so again, he could get a lot of work done if the timing's right. There's also no utility on Dog, so they're basically just relying on this Deeg to find a headshot, and we'll see if that can be the case, because they are preparing that B push.
Yeah, all 5 players stacked in towards main. Mighty Max and Pulse with a hell of a job to do, and Pulse are just going to mow right through them. 3 kills, USP out for the 4th, on for the ace. Clinical shots coming in from the USP. And Pulse, well, didn't get all of the SMG kills, but still got a decent amount of money for his side. $5,400 on the man with very little to reinvest, just a smoke to get himself started. And everybody else going to remain in a play for the Endpoint side. Dog have a pistol plant. The buyouts will come in 1 round early. 4 AKs a kilo, and still a pretty decent set of utility as well. So not half bad from the T's. Go around this default set. They know that they've got the better weaponry above the Endpoint side. The 2 SMGs and the AWP will still be in effect. Luzza, the trade back as Pulse goes falling towards Cermax. It's 4-on-4 as Dog do try and challenge for mid control.
Luzza's still here with the AWP. He's about to take a fight, and he does connect the shot. There's still a player in towards boost, and Luzza goes for the fight. What a shot from Luzza, taking the head off as he gets a third. Luzza doing all the work on the hold. One by one, they all fall to the AWP. He's got 4 frags on the round. This could be the ace, but Dabas is kind of on the other side of the map, so it might not happen. But either way, Luzza's done his job.
Yeah, I know exactly where these boys were playing in from, peeked in at the perfect opportunities and just lucked it out through the smoke at even one point. I think there might have been some information called, but either way, Luzza with 4 kills in this round, shutting Dog down clinically. The base up. Not really much left for him to do. He is playing into the midfield and actually may end up running into Luzza's crosshair if he's really not careful about this. He's got to go back for the bomb, which actually, is that on top of boost spot? Okay, no, it was dropped just below boost spot. I was thinking to myself, if they dropped that on top of boost spot, then the base is basically lost. There's no way he's getting 4 frags in 40 seconds, especially when they're this far spread apart. So here we go, peeking towards main. The question at the moment is, will Luzza get the ace? That'll be the second ace in 2 rounds as well for Endpoint now. As the base starts to move, Thomas with the spray will deny it, but it doesn't matter too much. Again, the bottom line is still that 3-0. Endpoint going to take a nice, strong early lead.
Yeah, great work by Luzza. Again, showing the confidence on the Endpoint side of things, which is something we've seen all day long. They've been willing to take 1v1 duels, and Luzza just keeps on doing that, winning every single engagement. Over on the dog side, again, they're stuck down on pistols, but they are going to be aware that Luzza has that AWP now. So into the future rounds, they can try and play around that. They can try and use the utility to force him away. Especially the flashbangs would be nice, but that is a good nade and another good shot from Luzza. Finding it pretty much the same shot as the previous round where he takes the head clean off. Mighty Max does see the gap in the smoke, but he's just fallen back at the wrong time. Not that it's going to matter too much, because over on the other side of the map, Shiki will get one of his own. Looking good for Endpoint, as you would expect, although the boost was nearly poorly timed, and yet still Thomas reacts well enough. So pretty much as you would expect, Endpoint will take this round pretty cleanly.
Yeah, they could have got a bit hairy for Thomas, and it could also get a bit hairy for Pulse on 7-8. Co-teammates there to rotate in, get the frags, make sure that no player falls for Endpoint. This money line is going to start stacking. $7,000 already on several players for Endpoint. 4-0 on the start. Dog Gaming. Ugh, not looking amazing. Let's put it that way. 5 AKs coming out now on the 4 rounds lost bonus buy. Limited by 2 pieces of utility on Ghost and Debaser. Head Kevlar for everybody else. So still a very, very confident pie from the dog side. Again, another nade coming in from Pulse, which almost could have caught 4 players off guard right there. Not quite in the way that they would have wanted to make it happen. Now just Shiki tapping his way on through. Could catch Medi if he's not careful. He will return the dink back. 56 HP is a nice little bit of damage start. And Aish will be able to take down Thomas out towards the forklift. Shiki will get the trade back. 4 versus 4. Ooh, Mezi gets for the red box. Ghost turns around towards Pulse. Looks for the second no. Mighty Max going to drop the bomb. 2 versus 3 scenario. Dog are still in the lead in this round. But they have a bit of a pickle to fight themselves out of. Because look, the bomb's out in the open.
Yeah, it dropped really far away. That's kind of a bit down to randomness where the bomb drops there, but it goes away from them and it makes it much more difficult. They've got the flashes in place. They're trying to get the ground back. And Luzza is the last man left now. Mighty Max decided to commit to the bomb site. The AWP is going to come back in towards Z again. He's landed some excellent shots, but he's not going to connect that one, and that's the kill he needed. Repeat comes in. Another miss from Luzza. Finally, he doesn't connect. And that's at the most costly time because the bomb... Oh, never mind. The bomb won't get to the site. The kill comes through. And it's back to a 1 versus 1. Mez is getting his way towards that bomb. It looks like the plant will come in. And now Luzza might be forced to take a close-range fight. But actually, Mez has faked the plant here. He's going to peek. And it's Luzza to win the clutch again. This man is on fire with the AWP.
Perfect placement from Luzza. And as you say, he is on fire with the AWP. Spotting at every single player. And Mezzy at the end of it just kind of... just peeked. He had the bomb. He should have been able to plant. Should have been able to force the issue out of Luzza. But no, he decided to go aggressive towards Highway. Knew the AWP was there and got killed as a result for it. It's a 5-0 start for Endpoint. Dog. Ugh. This is not looking great right here. This a pretty poor start from these boys. Thomas starting things off here in the Deco round. 2 kills for him. Nade onto Ghost. The base set on the edge of the smoke here should get taken out by Mighty Max. No trouble, no bother right there. Luzza, the only man to suffer any sort of damage. And Thomas is going to continue on his rampage. 3 kills for him. Pulse knows where Mezzy is. Bomb in full control of the CT side. It's just no contest for this round. This should be a 6-0 for the Endpoint squad. I'm not sure I have to weigh this one up, to be honest, Hawker, because while I do have my doubts about sides that go seriously far down early on in the matchup, 6-0, 7-0, I do go back to that I-60, that I-60 final, because again, Dog Gaming were down 8-0 before they even scored a round on that stage. And they still managed to bring it back to an overtime situation. So I'm hoping that something comes out of Dog relatively soon right here, because it doesn't look like anything like the I-60 stage at all. It does not look like the same sort of team that would come back from a scoreline of this kind of ilk.
Yeah, and also leading on from that, we have also seen Endpoint get a bit cocky at points, and there it is. I mean, Luzza just walks through the smoke. There wasn't even a flash for him there. I think that might be a bit too overconfident from him, and giving away that opening pick gives Dog a chance in the round. Mighty Max going to be holding up close. They've still got a couple of players holding towards B. I think they probably did plan to try and flash through there, but maybe the timing was slightly off. I'm not exactly sure, but either way, you can't imagine Luzza was just hoping to walk through the smoke, because that would be incredibly ballsy. And Dog now get the man advantage without taking any damage. And because of that, they're going to play things slowly. This is pretty normal. Once you get that man advantage, especially in such a crucial round, you just really don't want to make any mistakes at this point. And with over a minute left on the clock, they've got loads of time to make their mind up.
Yeah, they don't want to make a mistake at all, not considering that scoreline. If they fall back to a 4 versus 4, this round is completely back up in the air. So no risks. Nothing unnecessary. They don't want to give away anything to the Endpoint side. Now the Endpoint, look at the angles they're holding. Mighty Max out here towards the corner. They will open up the vents, but he's still not peeking. He's waiting for the footsteps to come towards him, and he is going to wait for Dog to make their way into the B-bomb site. Smoke now out towards Tree. Mighty Max has a plethora of T's all around him. Will peek, take grips, look for the second man onto the base. Turns around for the 3K. Pulse will still be there to get the trade as Mezzy trades back to a 2 versus 2. 2 kills for him. Re-smoke on Tree. Sheik is already here. Peeks out, and he will get traded 1 for 1. So Mezzy up for the 4K. 17 HP against Thomas.
Oh, he has a nade.
Oh yeah, he does have a nade. This one's over. GG Mezzy. No, he survives, but Thomas will still get the frag regardless. So 7 on the board for Endpoint. And even when Dog played so close attention to not making the mistakes, to not giving anything away to Endpoint, even during the defaults, they still went for the execution, and it was a lockdown from Mighty Max and Pulse. That duo plays so well on the B-bomb site.
Yeah, I think Mighty Max really caused some commotion with his position there. That's obviously going to make Dog panic on their push, and the fact that he also got 2 kills made a big difference. The players on the site had a lot more room to work with, and Endpoint will go for the double AWPs that we've seen pretty often from them, although it's Thomas picking up the secondary AWP this time around. A slight switch up. I think Luz is playing towards B alone with the AWP, so maybe that's part of it. Boost coming in for Pulse. Remember, he just has an M4 here, so it could be slightly dangerous. And they will run back in the meantime. What is going on in A main? They're pushing through the smoke, but it's not going to work. Sheiky lines them up. The trade eventually is there, and the bomb site could be gained control of with 1 more kill. However, that smoke actually allows Endpoint to get back towards the bomb site itself. So unfortunately for Dog, I don't think they want to risk this, but a great shot from Mezzy brings them back in the round.
Brings one of the AWPs down as well. Thomas Buffman running out towards the A bomb site, but Mighty Max quickly makes quick work of the mid player and goes back towards the B bomb site as well, because he realizes the rotation from Dog could still come in. Straight up towards Heaven, and trust if he can watch from main, just peek this occasion. He's got no utility, so at this point he basically has to call for backup the moment he sees anyone from the T side. Fortunately for him though, Dog Gaming are making their way into the mid position where Pulse is ready to cover. Will spot both of their heads and now calls it out to his teammates. Both out highway, both up mid. Might rotate back towards the B bomb site actually, and yeah, they'll pop the vents open. Mighty Max going to quickly wrap back around. Here the vents top. Now there you go. That's going to be complete confirmation. They're going to make their way inside. Mighty Max with only the Angels going to wait for them to cross into the bomb site. 35 seconds remaining. Ghost getting close. Flashbangs in. Still Mighty Max will peek, shut him down. Look for the second. A lot of damage done to Gris. Pulse will be able to finish the job. That's 8-0 now for Endpoint. Well, looking on fire at the moment.
Looking pretty unstoppable. I mean, you said about that 8-0 scoreline back at I-Series. We've got the 8-0 here, so maybe it's time for Dog to get around on the board because they need it, and yet they only have 1 rifle alongside the pistols. In fact, no one even gets a helmet on their side, which is a bit of a concern against 4 M4s. One-shot headshot potential is there for the CT side. Mezzy's going to try and get something going with one of, well, the only AK on the T side of things, and Luz, not quite... getting to pull the trigger. They go for the boost, and the leg shot lands. It's only 40 HP left on Mezzy. In the meantime, though, again, Dog just really trying to make individual plays. It feels like they're trying to force some individual fights. They're trying to force some way back into this game, and they're kind of just looking a little desperate in some of these plays, you know, walking through a smoke there. Yeah,
absolutely agree. A lot of issues for Dog right now. Especially that peak from Griff, you know, no support from his teammates, trying to lurk on the A bombs. I just got taken out towards Thomas. He achieved nothing over on the A bomb site, and Thomas knows that there's no one else up there. Nade's coming in to take Mezzy down at 12 HP. 1 more nade is done, basically. Dog, as you say, looking a little bit desperate with these Deagles, the 1 AK. Finally, Messi will fall to the hands of Thomas. With 55 seconds left on the clock, the CTs are going to start aggressing and just trying to bracket in Dog Gaming, and they could well be able to do so here towards Highway. As time ticks away, shots on shots, Ghost will catch Thomas at the very least, but now more CTs to deal with, especially Mighty Max towards mid. He could take down Ash so easily right here. Ghost still peeking up. Ooh, Debater with a good shot on towards Luzza. Again, that's the main man of the CT side gone, and Ghost will take down Cheeky. Ash returns fire with the Deagle, and it's all going to be on Mighty Max as the last man. 1 versus 2 scenario. Moving in from main, the bomb will get planted. An AK and a Deagle. Mighty Max just going to keep around. Ash is going to hear those footsteps. He's so ready for this. Oh no! Mighty Max gets the frag. Flashbang over! Still clutches it out. What can Dog do to catch a break? They just can't seem to get anything out of these rounds.
Wow, yeah, that had to be the round. It felt like Mighty Max doing the damage there. I mean, the first kill was kind of within the realms of possibility because the first player was low, but the fact that the trade wasn't there in time, again, it's the simple things kind of missing from Dog, unfortunately. The team play a lot of times just not seeming to be there in some of these rounds, and that can happen if you start to get frustrated. You start to feel like you just want to make individual plays to get back into the matchup. And that's kind of going against them right now. Into round 10, Griff had a decent B spawn, so he's going to try and see if he can work some magic with the sniper. And there he comes his way. Does a whopping 1 damage on towards him. It's just going to be both teams holding back in a default.
Big damage numbers coming out. Huge. It's going to make the major differences here, right here in the LAN finals. All seriousness, it's a 5v5. Still nothing major coming out of this default. Maybe information from Dog Gaming. I think that actually the luck from Mizzy may be able to pull the rotation away towards the A bomb site. Are certainly expending a little bit of utility over towards this position.
Is Mighty Max just watching paint dry right now?
Looks like it.
Is that more interesting than actually playing the game?
I think he's trying to avoid flashbangs from this angle, but for the most part, he is basically just watching paint dry. I think there's no other way around it, to be honest here. 55 seconds remaining now as the smoke start to pour in. He turns around to catch the flashbang straight in the face. So what the hell do I know? Pole's still out towards headshot, though. He's trying to take the first face. But Dog aren't showing face. They're just going to wait back here. The smoke from Mighty Max maybe to cover off the angle, keep them suppressed. They're going to run this timer extremely low. And again, this duo has been so effective at defending the B bomb site. Smoke down, nade from Mighty Max. Pulse will get up on top. The Molotov out towards headshot. Ghost still looking around, flashbangs in, it catches everybody straight in the face, and Pulse will take the first frag. Ghost down, 5 on 4, 20 seconds to break into the site.
Couple of nades still left in the Endpoint arsenal. Ooh, a couple of kills for Dog, though. 14 seconds, they have to crack the bomb site.
Here?
Yeah, how is he still in the corner? He's going to deny the bomb.
GG.
That's the round over and done with. They have to get this incredibly quickly, and I don't think Mezzi's going to find it. 4 seconds, they are done and dusted. Luzza just needs to stay alive, and that he will in towards heaven. Again, Dog, they take it close, but they just can't get a round win right now. They just can't get on the board. Every single round seems to just go against them, and I mean, they must be getting frustrated at this point.
They really must be, you know, every single time. Even when they thought they had confident control of the site, they had the man advantage and everything, Mighty Max was still waiting in. He took the bomb plotter down, then turned around for the second kill before getting taken out. Like, pure soldier from him, just playing to his purpose, ensuring that bomb did not go down. And because Dog ran the timer so low, trying their best not to make a single mistake, they made the greatest mistake of all. Finally, Ghost's going to catch a play. Finally, he's going to get a good kill from the main smoke. Still, I'm feeling frustrated myself. I'm completely flustered. What can Dog do? I guess this is a start, but if anything Endpoint has demonstrated, it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, we'll see if the trend continues. 10 rounds in a row. Pretty rough start for Dog here, especially on their own map pick. Oh, Ghost though getting another headshot, starting to finally find some form. That leaves A fairly vulnerable, especially now that that smoke has gone down. They should have safe passage to the A bomb site, and the bomb is slowly moving towards that position. So Endpoint should be in some trouble here. I mean, they've got a couple of incendiaries. Maybe that could slow things down, but
no.
there's a gap in the smoke. Luzza's going to deny the bomb. It's still time for Dog here. They've got 50 seconds. They can play for the frags, and Mezzi will do just that. The spray does get the second kill. Surely this is the first round on the board for Dog. They can't lose this.
Almighty will try, and he will fail.
It is.
Ghost with the 3K. Finally something for Dog Gaming. But even then, it still looked a little bit shaky. The smoke on the cross still had a gap for the AWP from Lazar to take that final frag. If that was the last few seconds of the round, that would have been the bomb drop. That would have been over. Dog just got fortunate in this particular case that their timing was just appropriate for that moment. And, well, they will get their first on the board. Actually forced Endpoint down to a bit of a force buy here. AWP still for Lazar, a scout for Thomas, a couple of SMGs, and the one M4 on Mighty Max. So, Dog have been getting some close rounds, but this is finally going to be the one where they might have the significant advantage above Endpoint. Just have to try not to lose that opening frag, which Endpoint have been so scarce to give away. They don't want to give any of these picks away to the T side.
Yeah, I mean, Endpoint's money actually isn't that great because so many of these rounds have come down to 1v1s. So this is a chance for Dog now. If they get this going, they can start to build a streak and at least salvage a somewhat decent half. Griff going to be holding A with the AWP. They're actually heavily leaning towards that A side of the map, but the same goes for Endpoint. They've got 3 counter-terrorists ready to try and lock down this bomb site, and one of them is Luzzer with the AWP in towards Forklift. A little bit of an unorthodox position, but because of the smoke, he decides to take it, and it works out for the opening kill. They're sneaking their way towards the bomb site here. Shiki pulls the trigger at just the right time, and again, there's no support for Ash pushing with the bomb. The rotate's coming through, but Dog are in all kinds of trouble now.
Push the bomb in first. He's the first man down. Endpoint have all the information they need. Rotate, start holding down the A bomb site. The base will try and frag back, but Lazar has it locked. Almost got a second shot through that smoke. Now looking on towards Griffs, and he's locked it down. 3 kills for Lazar. Straight up wallbang, blind. 11 on the board for Endpoint. That's a reset. Dog are looking like Dog right now.
Dog actually have more money than I expected here. This is going to be a reasonable buy still. It's not going to be great. They're going to have 1 or 2 players. Actually, only Ash down to a Deeg, so it's an okay buy for them, but still, they need rounds at this point. They don't just need buys. And to be honest, in that previous round, I think we kind of saw Dog. We've been talking about Endpoint's confidence, but Dog looked like they had the opposite there. They did not look confident whatsoever as they pushed. I mean, Ash went in first. There was no trade, and yet again, Luzzer's just standing up on White Box, and they just can't deal with this AWP.
I don't know how he does it. He's just a monster on cash. A site from the highway cross, mid control from Icebox. Luzzer just knows exactly how to play these positions, and Dogs have no idea how to break it. Mezzi will finally take Pulse out towards the V-bomb site. Spot Mighty Max as well, get the second headshot, but can't deal with Luzzer. Apparently he can also play B at Tree. 3 versus 3 now. Dog Gaming. The minute left to go on the clock will start the push, start the execution. The smoke's in, but again, they've got Luzzer on the site. They've got Shiki up towards heaven. He is so ready for this one. They're going to cross. He drops the bomb straight out in the open. Once again, it's Dog's same mistakes that they give back to the Endpoint squad. With 50 seconds left, Luzzer's on for the ace. Almost landed it right there. Now Thomas, the PG, knows exactly where the last player is and will steal the last frag. 12-1. Endpoint will fully reset Dog this time. There is no money in the T-side camp.
Luzzer up there at 19-4-5. Ever since he's got the AWP, that's certainly contributed to this. I think Dog are almost just hoping for a miracle at this point. They're going for the force buy. I mean, you're 12-1 down. I guess at this point it's probably just worth the risk. Probably just try and get 3 rounds on the board. Seems incredibly unlikely though, and Luzzer comes surprisingly close to the wallbang headshot there. I was a little concerned. Ash pushing forwards, does go down. Even with the CZ doing some damage, Thomas replies. We've got the scout on the other side, and that's a great shot. That's the only way you can deal with this AWPer right now. Just bang his head off. That's exactly what they've done, so it's at least a 4-on-4.
It's a crucial 4-on-4 as well. As you say, the main man out of the action for Endpoint, but now his teammates are stepping up. Shiki will fall in place of Griffs. 3-on-3 scenario with Mezzi still lurking around this mid position. Mighty Max will look to try and challenge him out towards Z Connector. Oh, this is going to be a very crucial fight. Will Mezzi land the headshot? Apparently not. Mighty Max takes him down, and the only rifle that remains now is for Ghost on the Dog's side. Ooh. A minute left to go. The smoke will clear in a couple of seconds. The base has only got a flashbang to support, and Ghost likes to open up on Thomas, but Pulse trays him right back out. It's off to the CZ. Gets that one headshot. Now looking back for Mighty Max, who spotted him. Nade in. Expects him to have crossed to the side, but the base is going to still be out in the open. Looking for the frag. Should have gone for the bomb plant. Again, get the pressure on the CT side. Make them come to you. You have the tactical advantage from the A bomb site because you have so many angles that you could hide in. And there's so many angles that you couldn't wait for the CTs to come to you. But Dog just don't seem to be getting that here.
Yeah, I mean, you can even fake plant if you really want to. If you think you're going to be hunted down too quickly, it just gives you more options to work with, and it makes the CT make a decision. And, you know, you're pressuring the CT then. You're kind of forcing them to make a mistake, and that's something that could have happened. But instead, just goes for the aim fight, and it doesn't work out this time around. It's a quick A push, and Griff does get the opening kill. Maybe a chance here for Dog. They've got themselves onto the bomb site very quickly. That molly does a lot of damage. I think the players were blinded up. Another molly to the site. Doesn't land though, so the bomb can go down. Ghost taking another fight. The CZ doing damage at long range, so Dog have the man advantage. Extended further by Meze. So maybe they're at least going to get one more round here.
2 on 4, looks like Endpoint might have to just fall back out of this one. Pulse and Loza will still try for this because they're just boss, so, you know, what have they really got to lose? Shots on shots coming through. Pulse going to try and return fire. Flashbang gets blind for a couple of seconds. Griffs with the Deagle out now, but versus the M4, the range game is slightly to the favor of Pulse unless he has that one hit. Takes down Mezzi, looks for Griff, still got him there. Loza will forward, falls to the USP of Pulse, down 11 HP. Still looking for these shots through the smoke, but won't be able to do much, and the time is ticked way too far. Finally, a shot coming in from Ash. We'll close out the half with a Dog gaming round, but that's still a 13-2 scoreline to overcome on the CT side, especially on Cash, a map that's known to be T-sided. What are the chances that Dog are going to be able to do this?
Yeah, it seems pretty slim at this point. We are going to see what Endpoint buy up. I wouldn't even be surprised if they go for full Kevlar, but nice to see Mighty Max buy up the nades. Also goes for a P250, which will go into the hands of, you guessed it, Luzzer, of course. Top fragging for the team. It certainly makes sense to give him the upgraded pistol. And here we go into round 16. There is a kit on the CT side, which is good to see, but Endpoint already grouping around the A-bomb site. Currently, Griff is trying to hold alongside a teammate, but this is going to be a tricky hold. Nice shot, though. That's a good start to the round. Mighty Max is in towards A main, trying to take a further fight here.
He's taking down the raid box. They will be able to trade him back. Fortunately, Mezzi also out towards MBK. Will get traded back to a 3 versus 3. But look at Ghost on the backstab. Dog may have found the opportunity. Headshot for the first. Spotting the bomb planter. Just forces him off. Looking for Mighty Max as the next frag. They need to get this kill. Pulse will get the bomb down. But it's a 3 versus 2, favored to the Dog squad as Mighty Max starts to push ever closer. The baser will catch that head, look for Pulse next. 1 versus 3 for the lone T-side player. It's just not going to happen. Dog will be able to cinch a 3rd round here, even though Endpoint did get the bomb plant out. Still looks a little bit awkward, though, because a lot of the setup for Endpoint did rely on Luzzer being able to use that raid boss. They just about recovered it. Sorry, they weren't able to recover it in the end. So as soon as he went down, Mighty Max just kind of had to force the issue by throwing the flash in. I don't even think he got the smoke out at any point for the Endpoint squad. They've still got the bomb plant out of that pistol round, which is fair enough. They'll go for the eco here. They'll look for the early rifles, but yeah, Dog Gaming in with a round now. This is going to be the start of what will be a very, very long mountainous climb.
Yeah, especially because Endpoint only have to go for 1 save. You know, they've got a few pistols here. They'll try and see if they can get something going, but I'm sure they're mainly focused on the next round because they're going to get rifles out straight away, and that will put pressure on Dog, who may not even have full rifles. They've got a couple of SMGs in the mix into this one. Round 17, again, should be an easy round win for Dog, but we've seen Endpoint have some incredible plays so far, so let's not count them out. Couple of pistols in the mix. It's only actually Pulse and Thomas who've even upgraded, so they really are focused on that next round. Seems as though a Dog should have a fairly easy time here as the mid play comes in.
Bangs over, Debaser trying to catch them. Nading towards Pulse. That might do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, 37 HP, and Thomas is the first man to fall to the UMP. They line up for Griffs as he gets even more money. Debaser even with a Molotov kill. His next $600 frag, the bomb dropped. It's all on Shiki, out towards main. All 5 will stay alive for Dog Ghost, taking out a bit of frustration on Shiki's dead corpse as well. So hopefully that will give him a little bit of catharsis going into this next round, because this is really where the main brunt of things are going to be. The AK is coming out for Endpoint, the early rifles. A couple of players might want to consider the SMGs for utility, because they will be quite limited. No, all 5 AKs and 5 smokes. It still is good enough for a full execution if they wanted to go for it, and maybe a little bit of default play if they wanted to try and bait something out on the Dog squad. No Molotovs, no HGs though. The flashbangs are also going to be great for these execution styles, but not for doing any damage. That's all going to come down to the AK duels and how much Dog will be able to counter with flashbangs of their own.
Yeah, all out AKs for Endpoint, but looking at the Dog side of things, I mean, sure, they've got more utility, like you were saying, but weaponry not necessarily there. Ooh, a lot of damage through the door. Pulse down to 22 HP right at the start of the round. Not exactly the start he was hoping for. Endpoint have held on to pretty much all their utility though, so having 5 smokes should allow any sort of execute they want. They're mainly just missing the mollies and the nades. It maybe would have been nice if one player just buys a molly or a nade instead of having 5 smokes. I don't think you need quite that many. Either way, Dog currently stacking pretty heavily over towards A. They're also leaving mid basically completely open, and that's where Endpoint are going. So Endpoint with the mid control are going to have a few more options. They can try and split the bomb sites. See if that works for them as Thomas, I think, is creeping through that smoke, and Dog probably won't spot him here.
I love this wall of smokes towards the mid position because it gains you so much access. You can move all the way up towards Icebox. Even if someone's watching from Z Connector, which chances are they won't be because they'll see that pressure. I'll come back to that in a second because the base is on to get 2. Only gets the 1 from Shiki. Rotations incoming from the CT side will get cut off by Thomas. And now Endpoint have full control of the A-bomb site. The bomb should go down to 3 versus 4. 3 versus 3 retake actually as Messi takes Thomas, and Pulse on 22 HP still, and the early damage coming in towards Squeaky still leaves him at a bit of a disadvantage unless Loza can pick up Griffs on the backstab. So, all resting in the hands of Messi and Ash, both coming from the same position. I think Endpoint realize this, the shot's ringing out. Give away their positions. Mighty Max is still waiting. A great flashbang will completely blinded, but I can't get there in time. We'll still spray on through, get the frag alongside Luzza falling. It all rests in the hands of Pulse. He's back here towards Quad. He gets the first, but not the second. Ash will cinch the 5th round for Dog, barely getting the retake together. And partly, again, I'll go back to my point about what Endpoint were able to do on the map itself. These smokes out here are incredible because it gives you so much access. You can slowly push up towards Icebox, and even if anyone was watching in Z Connector, which they probably wouldn't be because the pressure of that utility is just going to force them back into a more passive position, maybe from Truck or just to support the B bomb site from Heaven. So there's so much that gains from just 2 little smokes at the mid position. I'm shocked that more people don't actually use that.
Yeah, it's not too easy to counter either. You kind of, I think, have to have nades to counter that. Like, if you can put an incendiary or a nade in towards Garage, then you can maybe get, you know, a kill or 2 before the push comes in. But without the vision, it's pretty hard to do so. Especially if you're solo holding mid, you kind of just have to give it up at that point. Either way, Endpoint just on pistols again. Ghost going to be holding with the AWP. Ooh, doesn't actually get the shot there. Spotted the shoulder, but not going to get the frag. That gives Endpoint the info, and they are just going to put a smoke down. But never mind, they're not going to be able to cross. I mean, he misses the shot when he sees him, hits the shot when he doesn't. Still, a nice opening for Ghost. We'll give him credit for that.
Sit down, Sheik. Yeah. And sit down, Griffs, apparently, as Endpoint will respond. Thomas down to 4 HP, but still. 4-on-4 scenario, Endpoint still with some fraggers together. And actually, the A-bomb site's pretty open. Mighty Max, if he goes for this push right now, I think he's going to set up a flashbang to get out of this angle. Ghost still will put the AWP shot back on towards Pulse, turn it to a 4-on-3. Still the T side have crept up so far. Ash will catch Thomas off guard, so they are thinning out the Endpoint line again. Endpoint, if they can get a bomb plant out of this round, I think that would be great. The bomb hasn't crossed just yet, but Mighty Max realizing now that now is the time to get that bomb plant down, get the extra money, get the extra pressure potentially. Oh no, Ghost has gotten all the way up close, and Personal will take down the last frag. Nice flick onto Loza. 4 kills for Ghost and a 6th on the board for Dog.
Still a really long way to go, and I mean Endpoint are buying now, but at least showing some form. You know, Ghost with some nice shots. They're going to get 2 AWPs out. Haven't seen much from Griff so far, but he also hasn't had the AWP too often, and that's something we've seen him use previously. So into this round number 20, we've got 3 snipers in play, 2 on the CT side, 1 in the hands of Luzza over on the Endpoint side of things, and we know what he can do with the AWP. On the T side, it's obviously a bit more difficult to use that, but he's currently on the boost, seeing if he can take a fair fight to start the round off. Doesn't seem like Dog want to give it to him, though. Instead, they're putting a fair amount of focus towards B right now. 3 players on the B side of the map. Again, they're leaving mid pretty exposed here, which could be a risk, but maybe they're just confident in their retakes, because we did see them successfully retake A in that previous round.
Well, was it an eco round, though? Only pistols out for Endpoint, so I'm not sure how confident they'll be against the full rifles of the T side, especially the AKs, the AWP. They are down to a single smoke, though, so I think the best that Pulse can get out right here is smoke tree and hope for the best. There are no flashbangs. This setup from Endpoint is going to be weak against 3 CTs coming in. Or Ash will go down first. Messi will get 2 frags, and Griffs is locking it down. It all comes up to Mighty Max. We'll take one of the AWPers back to a 2 versus 2. And Dog, where's the backup? They're all rotating from the A bomb site. So Endpoint, from frags alone, have been able to force the issue away. Now there's an incendiary picked up by Mighty Max off the dead bodies of one of his teammates. Further Molotovs coming in will force him in towards default. He still gets the baser on the dink, 12 HP, and Ghost has 2 players to worry about. He knows Mighty Max is low, but he's got absolutely no information on Lazar. Will jump, get damaged. Mighty Max on for his 4K, and he's going to find it. 14-6 now. Endpoint approaching victory row.
Yeah, I think the kind of crucial frag there was when Mighty Max gets the kill at the back of Checkers through the box. That makes it a lot easier for him to get towards the bomb site, to focus on the one player that they know is left. And, ooh, we're going to see an auto shotgun in the hands of Big Daddy Griff. I wonder where he's going with that. Yeah, I guess maybe over towards Squeaky, if he's got the spawn for the quick push. Could be an option. It's still not the best position, though, honestly. Like, you can still be forced into a long-range fight here. And that flash may have slowed him down in his attempted aggression. Either way, I mean, the shotgun can still be used if you just want to try and hold on towards the bomb site. But again, Endpoint look focused on the mid control. And Dog, I mean, they're not really fighting too hard for it right now. We've seen this a couple of times. They've got a player at white box, but I think if the nades come in, he's just going to have to give that up.
It's curious, because why not fight for the mid control?
Yeah.
Endpoint have based so many of the setups. They're going to go back to the double smokes towards the mid position. And all the splits that they managed to make work from Highway. A lot of Endpoint setup relies on that mid area, so why don't Dog challenge it? They do have a little bit of control in the form of Mezzy, but again, it's passive towards Zed, and as soon as they see any utility, it's so difficult to hold from Zed Connector itself that it becomes virtually an impossibility. Fortunately for them, they are going to get the opening pick on Pulse. The push comes in towards the A site. The bomb has rotated in towards main. They will try and make their way through. Shiki might match with 2 frags, so a 4 versus 3. Trades back from Mezzy, but Griefs will also fall. So the bomb will get planted by Lazar for default. It's all up to the AWP and M4 of Mezzy and Ash to try and make this happen. A very difficult situation, especially with Endpoint on the man advantage here, Walker.
Yeah, I think they have to go for it at this point. 14-6 down, you've got to just try your luck. Mezzy with the AWP, hoping that a mistake is made, hoping a peek comes in towards him, but that's not going to happen. Luz is just holding the angle rather than peeking out wide. And now Ash is going to get 1 kill, but the time is certainly against him. Again, just hoping for a lucky pre-fire, hoping for something, but I think the time is too far gone. It's going to be 15 on the board for Endpoint as they edge ever closer to stealing away this first map. And I mean, we thought that this might be a close series here, but so far, Endpoint continuing to assert their dominance as Ash is stuck with the M4. I don't know if he was trying to get an AWP or an AK, but...
He might have been an AK.
Yeah.
Or maybe one of the drop torps from the Dog Gaming side. I don't know where they actually fell specifically, but very clearly he had a goal in mind of getting some sort of weapon. Because right now, Dog Gaming, they're going to need everything they can get. The M4 is all Ash can get, and that's pretty much the best weapon that Dog Gaming have. CZs, SMGs, this looks like it may be the Endpoint for Dog. The baser going up to mid. Thomas already getting the first frag on Ash. He goes straight down. That's the M4 out of play as well. Like, how much worse can it get for Dog, considering that's the opening frag?
Yeah, looking good for Endpoint at this point to close out this win. A man advantage, not exactly the best of weapons left. I mean, only 2 flashes, so you can't even try and catch your opponents off guard. You've just got to hope to win an aim fight somewhere. Shiki's giving a 1v1 fight, which could be a risk, but even though he takes the dink, he still replies with a headshot, and that's going to prompt the A-sided push where there are no more Dog players. They're trying to rotate over, but they're not going to get here in time. The bomb is already being planted, and this reeks of desperation. I think Dog might be out of cash.
Mezzy will try to fight his way back in. Lots of damage on Lazar alongside Griff's damage, but Griff's are going to go down to Pulse, so it's all up to Mezzy. Up on the rafters. GG is called 16-6 to the favor of the Endpoint squad. And yeah, that was